For a familiar spirit to possess someone, they first have to curse that person. If you are able to break those curses, then what they will send to that familiar spirit to do is to follow you. It does not about to put spell on you anymore. It will just be following you and be cancelling you. That's how many people that have been fought by sangomas. The sangoma spirit will try to fire you arrow. If it does not work for you, then it will send a familiar spirit to follow you. And just like the Bible said, the spirit of the Lord left Saul. A distressing spirit started tormenting him. So when they send a familiar spirit distress you. You are not possessed. If they touch you, no demon will come out. But it will be suppressing, oppressing your mind. That's how they work. Now, the Bible said about a man called Ahithophel, because they said that one, it was an oracle. In 2 Samuel 16:23. Now, the advice of Ahithophel, other translations call it the counsel of Ahithophel, which he gave in those days, was as if one had inquired at the oracle of God. Now, if you read very well, you discover that when Balaam tried to curse the children of Israel, he could not. Then he gave a counsel. He said, anytime you are doing your feast, tell all your women, let them naked enter the camp. They will disorganize themselves. And truly, when they were doing that feast, all the women from, I think it's Midian, they naked, they entered the camp. They polluted the camp. In that day, up to 24,000 people died. What curse could not do? The counsel of a familiar spirit will do it. They might not be able to curse you. 24,000 people die in one day because of a counsel. God call it doctrine of Balaam. If somebody go to a sangoma, a witch, for you, they try to send arrows. It did not work. Curse you. It did not work. They send monitoring spirits or familiar spirits. Because familiar spirit and monitoring spirit, they take their time to break your tactics. You see, Israel already had the tactics in the way they range their house. That's what Balaam saw. So he sent spirit to take time to break the edge. Because when you break the edge, the serpent will bite. So when they send a spirit to you, the spirit begin to follow you. Familiar spirit, they monitor you. And you know, they're just checking your prayer life. How long do you pray? How long do you sleep? Like, they will just make sure they have proper information about you. And also, familiar spirit also suggests to your mind. And once you start buying to their suggestion, you become weak. If you read very well, when this familiar spirit, called distressing spirit, tormented Saul, it made him to go and look for a fortune teller. That's what it does. So even you will be in church, this familiar spirit can be talking to you. Say, no, you can't be here. It will make you feel as if you are going to church is in vain. And later it will push you to who you should consult from. It's a ghost. One of the devil's principality called Piamon. He operates with mirrors and crystal ball. All those magicians you see, those fortune tellers that use, in Africa they use mirror. In the Western world, they use crystal ball. They can predict your future. There's a lady called Jane Dixon. She predicted the assassination of Kennedy. She used crystal ball to see it. She can see the future also. So anybody that's telling you that fortune tellers only see your past, is they are lying. They can tell you your future. She predicted it through crystal ball and say Kennedy will be assassinated, and Kennedy was assassinated. And she said when Caesar was supposed to die, one of these fortune tellers also saw him and said, be careful of the Isle of 15, meaning May 15. Be careful that day. So fortune tellers can see the future. They can predict it with what they call familiar spirits. Many Christians are tormented by, I know, as a prophet I can tell that many Christians, unknown to them, are tormented by familiar spirit. Let me just give you some of the few signs. You know, if you see these signs, just know that a familiar spirit is tormenting you. I'll give you 7 of them. Number 1 sign to know that a familiar spirit is following you is a familiar spirit use faces. Familiar faces always to attack you in your dream. Use faces you know, people you know, they come to your dream to attack you. Some they beat you, some they chase you, some is as if they are fighting you. People you know. It is not those people. Most times, if it consistently is a familiar spirit that is doing that. Number 2, familiar spirits make you addicted to gossip and hearsaying. Because if you don't talk, they won't know what is in your mind. So they will always give you this appetite to always want to talk and gossip. You have a familiar spirit. Number 2, constant dream of dead relatives. When you always have constant dream of dead people, people you know, a familiar spirit is following you. Number 4, you always sense strange presence following you. Even when you are alone in the house, you feel, even if you are walking on the street, something is following you. And it always makes you scared. You just fear. You look back. A familiar spirit is following. Then also, if you are alone at home and you are hearing movement in your house, on your ceiling, it's as if somebody is opening the pot. Your slippers is shaking. There's a familiar spirit moving around that place. Number 6, always hearing your name with familiar voices. It's as if your father called you, or your mother always called you, or you are just walking, you hear your name, hey! And you answer. It's a sign that familiar spirit is following. They always use familiar voices to call you. Even in your dream, you keep on hearing strange faces calling your name. That's a sign of a familiar spirit. The familiar spirit always speaks negatively about people to you, about your loved one to you, and about God. He will always speak negative, like, this person is wicked. He will tell you negative things about people, even your loved one, your wife, your spouse, your children. He will always be telling you negative things about them. These are signs that familiar spirit. And also, it also gives you constant negative thoughts. Because that's how it suppress your mind and torment you. It also gives you negative confession when it has really broken all your guards. You start saying, I feel like dying. The familiar spirit operates with triplet spirit called fear, hatred, and anger. This triplet spirit, it operates with it. You are always scared, you are always angry, and you hate people. If you read the book of Acts of the Apostle 13, this man have a familiar spirit. So they always go to educated people at the top. Now, when they had gone through the island of Patmos, they found a certain sorcerer, a false prophet, a Jew, whose name was Bar Jesus. You see, Bar Jesus. If there is Bar Jesus, there is Bar Holy Spirit. Because he knows if you don't hear the Holy Spirit, he wants to take advantage of you. If you are not full of the Spirit, you will be full of that familiar spirit. You see,